Hey everybody, this is Dylan with BaySportsBuzz. Thanks for dropping by. We are back. One last video before the start of the season. Tomorrow's the big game. Start of the season was today. Pretty cool seeing LeBron and Bronny on the same floor together. Would have been nice if he hit that three, but just thought I'd add that to the beginning of all this because if you are an NBA fan, a huge moment that's never happened. So it was cool to see that, but like most other teams, the Warriors play tomorrow. And that's pretty much when all the rest of the games are. So we got to get out to a great run, a great start to the season. As many blowouts as we can get at the beginning of the season just to gain confidence is going to be a big one. Williams is out, so that's one of their centers out, which is a good thing for us. Makes us play even faster, not have to worry about down low and rebounding as much as we would be with their centers they have, because a lot of their centers are actually pretty good. However, we got to stay locked in. We want to really focus on the turnovers not being a problem this season, as we have been for every season, but this is a good time to get that number down, considering we're running a different offense and different looks and fast pace. There will be turnovers with fast-paced play, but at least keeping it down to a minimum is really good for us and something we could work on. The chemistry was there in the preseason. Let's just hope it carries on to the court during the regular season and the first couple weeks. We just want to get on a good run. I think the real challenge comes when we play New Orleans back-to-back at home. That's going to start to be where there should, be some challenges there. I think they are really understated. I'm talking about New Orleans in a way. I think they are way bigger of a challenge than playing the Clippers for our opening night. But it is what it is. It's unfortunate that's a back-to-back. However, then we go on another road trip for a couple games and come back, and then we play Clay. So it's really important for us to go back-to-back wins on that New Orleans home games. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week are going to be really important to us. And all the games before that, we got to get 5-0 right away. You don't want to slip up on a game. You got to stay ahead of these guys in the Western Conference. There's a lot of teams that want this thing. There's a lot of teams that are really good on our side of the States. So we just got to stay locked in and play our style of basketball and keep the ball moving quickly. One thing I will say is just by the two games I watched tonight, the pace is a lot slower than how we've been running in preseason. That presents to me as a great thing, because when I'm looking at the Lakers and the Timberwolves, they just look slow. Not to say that they're, first game of the season, getting back into it, I get it. But with the style of play that we were playing with in preseason, it looks like it would just tear up the game tonight that I watched. Especially if we play our style of ball and we really lock down this season on defense. Defense is going to be a number one statement for us. If we have a great defensive appearance throughout the season, those fast breaks are going to be that much more meaningful and that much harder for other teams to combat. The style of play that we chose to play for this season, a lot of teams aren't doing. So that's a big plus in our department because it's harder to plan for other teams. I think we have a really good opportunity, like I said in my past videos, to be a 50-plus win team. And that is just me saying it. I think we could even go higher than that. However, we got to see how the season shakes out. We got to go on longer winning streaks than we did last year. We can't have 3 wins here and then 3 losses back. We got to have longer streaks of wins. It'd be really good to start the first 30 games of the season off with just high praise, barely any losses. It'd be lovely, and it would be nice to see the young guys take steps. That's also what I kind of want to hit on right now. Most teams in the NBA right now have, 1 or 2 people that can make a leap. Younger guys that can make a leap on the team. On the Warriors, there's 4 that could for sure make a leap. 5 that could possibly make a leap. And it's just different. And with how we're playing and the ball movement, it's going to be a great season. It's a surprise season for us because we don't know what to generally expect. But if we play the style we played in preseason and any of the 4 players make their steps, this could end up being one hell of a season for us. A lot of people are sleeping on us. Don't let them sleep. We're about to wake them up right now when the season starts. We got to go on this run. Moody got that good contract. He's in good spirits. He probably feels great about the situation. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. He's just going to go out there and play his game. That's great. On the other side of things, Kuminga held out. I don't know. I'm not an agent here. I don't know what held him out. Because if I'm correct, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm almost positive I am. I think next season when he tries to go for his max, he can only get 166 because it'd only be a 4-year contract at that point. Everyone in his draft class that got the max had the 5-year 224 mil. I think because he held out this year, he can only get 42 per a year, would be like 166. So if that's what we're looking at with him, he put all of his trust in himself and he's betting on himself. And that means, we're going to get the best season he could possibly produce for himself. He's been working his ass off during the off season. The defense, like I said, needs to be improved. He knows that. And that's just really the thing that he needs to cover. And we'll see what he averages points-wise. If he ends up averaging 20 to 24 points a game, there's no reason not to give him the max, or some team will, and we'll have to match at the end of the season. But this is what I mean with players taking steps. Moody looks like he's going to take that step. Kuminga literally is betting on himself, has to take that step to get to where he wants to be. Money-wise and for the team. So that's 2 players right there. And then you got Brandon Podziemski, which you just love the effort, the hustle, the drive. He's going to constantly try to better himself. And he's just one of those guards where the numbers speak for themselves. It's like he's always somewhere. He has great passing. Rebounds better than most. And when you need him to hit that shot, he hits it. And there'll be games he has a lot of points. There'll be games he's affecting the game in a different way, but in a positive way. He's always, last year, was in the plus-minus category, always higher on the team. There's a reason Steve Kerr played him. It's his numbers speak for themselves, and there's no one that's going to doubt why he deserves his minutes and why he won't get better. And then we got Trayce Jackson-Davis. Trayce is going to constantly get better because that's just what he does. That's just who he is. In college, he averaged, a ton. So he basically, I think he averaged close to 24 points a game. It was 3 blocks and I think it was 10 or 11 rebounds. I'm not exactly certain. I just remember seeing that a while ago. But it was around those numbers. And why he probably won't ever reach that in the NBA level, but I can easily see him being a 15 and 10. Like a 15 and 10, no problem. He plays bigger than he necessarily is. Of course, when we played the Lakers AD is one of the best centers in the league. He can shoot and do anything from anywhere at any point. So anybody's going to have a challenge against him. Trace is in his second year, didn't even play at all the games last year as a rookie. So, don't judge that game for what it was in the preseason. Let him get more acclimated, play this season out, and see where he goes. I believe we'll see a step from him as well. And then the assets we added, they could be a big jump for us. I don't know how the coaching staff is going to integrate all this, but Steve Kerr sat on the stand and, told the reporters before they left on their road trip right now, just well, don't be asking me that question, why I didn't play this player, when if I'm asking you who would you play and it's hard for you to answer, that's why. I get what he means, there's necessarily 13 players on this team that genuinely can make an argument to always be in the rotation. And any other NBA team would be in the rotation. So it's frustrating, but we'll see how it goes. Expect when we do our back-to-back with New Orleans, you'll probably see a different little rotation, maybe new starters, we don't know. He said he still hasn't figured out the starting lineup. However, confirmed starting is Curry, assuming his injury's fine. I'm pretty sure it's good. So you got Curry, Draymond, and Kuminga. Those three are set in stone. The other two positions have not been announced, so that will keep us on the rails until the hour before the game. We'll figure it all out, but I will be here for post game, and I'll let you know the breakdown and what I feel about game 1 of 82, and hopefully a lot more than that. Dub Nation, let's get this win, and hopefully we make a run at it. Peace.